Hi guys, it's me again, and today we're going to be talking about dyslexia. Not just dyslexia, but dyslexia spectrum. You might be wondering, what's dyslexia spectrum? Don't worry, I'll break down for you. If you have a lot of experience with dyslexic kids, you might have noticed that not all kids with dyslexia struggle at the same pace. Some struggle more, while some struggle less. Now, this is what you call a spectrum. A spectrum refers to what level of dyslexia difficulty they may face, which basically means the extent to which dyslexia affects the understanding of letters and sounds. Wait, does that mean dyslexia isn't just dyslexia? Actually, it does, because your child's level of reading difficulty largely depends on the spectrum they're on. Speaking of spectrum, let's break down the spectrums of dyslexia according to the levels of difficulty they face. Spectrum 1. Mild dyslexia. Level 1 difficulty. This spectrum might be more manageable, which could also mean it's harder to spot because they have great communication skills, like being expressive and fluent in speech, which does a good job at masking poor understanding of letters and sounds. But you might start to figure out the lapses when their written skills don't always match up with their oral skills, like lapses like inconsistent or occasional errors in spelling, slow reading, and difficulty working their way around new words or remembering letter patterns, which may make them shy away from reading altogether. Finally, strong ideas but not so good execution. You might notice that in essays or any form of written expression. Good point. With right and consistent support or intervention, it could get better. But remember, dyslexia can't be cured, so it won't go away completely, but rather managed way better. Let's head to the next spectrum. Spectrum 2, moderate dyslexia, level 2 difficulty. This spectrum, unlike mild dyslexia, might be more visible or pronounced and the errors more consistent, which may make it a bit easier to spot. They still possess good communication skills, but the contrast widens between their spoken and written skills, further exposing their inability to understand letters and sounds. Like, they may lack reading fluency. They make attempts at a word, but due to poor understanding of sounds, might settle for trying to substitute the word for what they think it looks like or feel it's closely related to, or might just skip it altogether. More consistent phonetically misspelled words due to poor letter sound identification skills. They tend to be way better visual learners. They struggle to organize their ideas into written formats, and are generally great at stalling, masking abilities to blend in with the crowd, and rely more on coping mechanisms like cramming to get by. Good point. With early, consistent, and structured intervention, it could progressively get better with time. Finally, let's head over to the last spectrum. Spectrum 3, severe dyslexia. Level 3 difficulty. Unlike moderate dyslexia, this spectrum is actually more advanced and also the most advanced form of dyslexia on the spectrum, which makes it way easier to spot. With more pronounced symptoms like tripping up on even the simplest of words, reading becomes extremely tedious and stressful. They become so reliant on coping mechanisms like guessing or available visuals to map their way around reading. Very severe and evident spelling consistency problems, even in very little written work. It might even cause speech development delays, which in the long run takes a bigger toll on their emotional state due to the fact that they feel behind, unlike their peers. This might make them edgy or throw tantrums or even stall to avoid the torture of battling with their inabilities all the time. They might hide behind the mask of lazy or unintelligent, but the truth is they just need consistent support, paired with the right resources, awareness of their condition, and encouragement. Good point. With early intervention, time, patience, structured and consistent guidance, and the right resources, they might be able to reverse the spectrum. Yeah, you heard me right. Since dyslexia can't be cured completely, you can only reverse the spectrum to a less advanced spectrum like level 2 or 1 spectrum, that is moderate dyslexia or mild dyslexia. And with time and age, they eventually understand how to manage their condition better. That's all for the spectrum talk, guys, and in case you didn't notice, I mentioned masking quite a few times. So in my next video, I'll talk about what masking really means. If you like this, why not like and subscribe to help spread more dyslexia awareness? And stay tuned so that you don't miss out on any of my latest videos. And I'll see you guys in the next one.